If I were to start all over and I wanted to build wealth from scratch or start getting on my wealth building journey, here is exactly what I would do. And now, this is also my first time filming at night. It's 7 p.m., and so there's no natural lighting. So we'll see what this ends up looking like. So the very first thing that I would do is I would choose a high paying traditional career and go after that career. Now, for those of you who feel like, oh, it's too late for me to do that, don't worry, I got you. So just stick with me. But for those of you who are like, yeah, I'm young, I'm in my 20s, I'm in my 30s, I have the time to choose a high paying career and go after it. That is what I would do. Why? Because even though, yes, entrepreneurship is a wonderful, wonderful thing, owning your own business, starting your own business, and it is a great way to build wealth, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and sometimes it may not work. Like, it may not work, okay? You can put in a whole bunch of time, a whole bunch of effort, and it still may not work. Lots of businesses after 2 years fail. Okay. And so just this high paying traditional career path. And when I'm saying high paying traditional career path, obviously, yes, like you can get fired. You can lose your job, whatever it may be. There can be a mass layoff, but at the end of the day, you have the credentials to go out and get another job. You have the credentials to stay employable. You have the ability, because of the schooling that you have gone through, to go back into this role or get some role that aligns with the career path you have chosen. So that's why I'm saying one of the first things I would do is I would choose a high paying career path. I'm talking lawyer, doctor, engineer, finance if you're aiming, for like the finance big companies, right? Even consulting if you're aiming for like Big Five consulting or whatever it is they call it, right? And if you don't know what a high paying traditional career path is, Google it. Google it, okay? And then what I would do there is think about your ROI. And what I mean by that is how many years do you have to put into schooling to be able to actually land this high paying career job? And what is your return on investment? So if you're not coming from a whole bunch of money, you're probably gonna have to take out loans to go get this schooling. But then what will you be paid once you are out into the workforce? So for example, if we just use like anesthesiologists or even like oral surgeons or surgeons, right? Or any kind of like doctor that you're considering being, or any kind of doctor you may consider, right? So then you count in, of course, like undergraduate, of course, but then you do your 4 years of med school and then however long your residency will be. Based on that, what will you graduate after residency? What can you graduate making? So for example, I know tons of doctors who are making over $500,000 a year, right? I know doctors who are making over $200,000 a year, and their earning potential only increases the further they get out of residency, the further they get out of school. And of course, there's a lot of nuances and there are a lot of differences there in terms of what kind of doctor you choose to be, but that's the research that you are going to do. And again, I went into why I would go this route as my first route initially is because, one, just having that as a backdrop, having that as like you can rely on, it's nice, right? Having that steady paycheck you could always go back to rely on to build wealth, especially if you're not cut out for the entrepreneurial journey, cut out for building a business. That is just what I would do as my first step. For those of you who are maybe in your late 40s or 50s and you're like, no, I don't have 10 years or 6 years or whatever it may be, or 4 years to put into going this high paying career route, then what I would do if I was you, I would say, well, how can I find more money in the current job I'm in, right? Can you get a raise? Can you get a promotion? Can you show your skills and your ability and how you essentially are essential to your company and ask for a raise and ask for a promotion and ask for whatever it may be? Ask for maybe a cut of the company, right? Equity in the company, stocks. Maybe you don't want stocks depending on the company you work for. But essentially what I'm saying here is different ways to increase your pay from the current company. And you do that by showing them your value, showing them your worth, right? So you're increasing the amount of money you can receive, whether that be money given to you, which is obviously the preference, or in stocks or some other form of payment. Not in vacation time. That's not what we're talking about here. Okay, so that's the very first thing I would do. The next thing I would do for both groups of you guys is evaluate my skill set. Now, there's going to be a lot of you who are like, I don't have any skills. And I would say, yes, you do. Everyone has a skill. Even if you don't know what it is, you have something. Go ask your mom, go ask your dad, go ask your friends, go ask your siblings, go ask your cousins, whoever. Literally ask anybody. Hey, like, what would you say my skill is? What am I good at, right? I know some people who created surveys and sent surveys out to their friends and asked them to fill it out. So if you are having trouble coming up with something that is your skill, something that you're good at, go out and ask people, hey, what am I good at? What do you think I'm good at? And just to throw out some ideas here, if you're good at math, that's a skill. There's a lot of people who are not good at calculus, me included, not good at statistics, me included, right? Not good at algebra. And so if you're good at math, that is a skill. If you're a good writer, that is a skill. Right? If you're good at training dogs, if you know how to train dogs, that's a skill. If you're a great dog walker, right? There's so many different skills. And I think it's so kind of laser focused in on like only like big high level skills that sometimes people just completely ignore, like the smaller skills, communication skills, like different things along those lines. So really think broadly here. Evaluate your skill set, right? So once you've evaluated your skill set, if you still feel like, hey, Sephora, I just really don't have any skills, or I don't know what I can do, then now it's time for you to go learn a skill. Okay? Get on YouTube. You're on YouTube if you're watching this video. Go to YouTube and learn a skill. You can learn web design. You can learn how to edit podcasts. You can learn how to edit YouTube videos. You could quite literally learn how to code. There's so much that YouTube can teach you that if you truly feel like you don't have a skill or you don't have any skills that's of value, then you need to get on YouTube and learn how to do a skill, because there's so many different things, for example, that I use just in my business that I hire and pay people for. So I have someone who edits my YouTube videos. I have someone who runs my social media. You can learn social media marketing. I have a virtual assistant, right? So many different things that you can actually go out there and learn. And once you've done that, then we're going to move to, I believe, step number 3, which is take up a side hustle, right? So if I'm building this wealth from scratch, I've got my high paying career, I'm on my way to doing that, I'm in my job, whatever it may be. Number 2, I'm evaluating my skill set. And number 3, I'm taking that and picking up a side hustle. And that side hustle, like I said, I gave you guys some ideas: web design, dog walking, tutoring. There's so many different things you can do. And the reason you want to take up a side hustle is because if you are in the camp where you are on your way to getting that high paying career and you don't have it yet, and maybe you're in like a server job, or maybe you're just kind of doing something else while you're working towards getting that degree so you can have your high paying career, that side hustle, the money from that extra side hustle is going to help you build that wealth in the meantime, right? Especially if that first job is the one that's paying all your bills. Now, if you already have the high paying career and maybe you don't need the side hustle because there's enough money in the high paying career to build your wealth. And that's another video that I already have posted for you, and that is spending a $200,000 plus salary, where I tell you how to build wealth when you already have it, or when you already have some extra money, a lot of extra money lying around, right? And then for those of you in that second category who you're asking for the raise, you're getting those extra things, maybe you don't get it, maybe you do, but either way, you pick up this side hustle and you still have that extra money. The next thing that you are doing, number 4, is you are investing all of that extra money from your side hustle, right? So your main job, whatever it was you were doing in that first instance, that's covering your bills, that's covering your living expenses, that's covering like your necessities. Your side hustle is investment money, okay? And because your investments, this is where you are going to be building wealth because of some beautiful thing called compound interest. So you want to make sure that you're investing that money while keeping your side hustle so your money is making money, right? So you're investing, even if it's $100 a week or $100 a month or whatever it is, you're putting that into the stock market. Ideally, you're putting it into the S&P 500 and building that up to a threshold amount and then diversifying your investments. But then in 10, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever, you will have money, a lot of money, ideally. I have a video already on this. You want to figure out your number and how much you want to invest to hit your number that you want to retire at. But the point is, you are going to have a lot more if you continue this investing on a weekly or even monthly basis for this 10, through 50, 40 years, depending on your age, so that you can retire with enough money to live on and to maintain your lifestyle for the remainder of your life. So this is exactly what I would do if I wanted to build wealth starting from scratch. I would mainly focus on just investing in the stock market because it is a guaranteed return. It is a guaranteed return. Your money is going to multiply through compound interest, and you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to say, like, you're not playing this game of, I'm going to put it in this month and then take it out next month because I see it dipping. No, right? Just set it and forget it. Just put it in there and leave it there, because you're leaving it there for the long term, because even through stock crashes, even through all of those different things, it always rebounds, and over time you will have that return. So that's the exact steps that I would do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below where you are on your wealth building journey, and don't forget to follow me on my other social media at Sephora Gray Esquire. That is ESQ for short, and I will see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.